Hello and welcome back to our renovation project in central Portugal. As winter approaches, the weather's getting more changeable. It's a bit like back home in England, but quite a bit warmer and still with some lovely sunshine now and then. Last week, you saw us put up the large posts for the kitchen roof. Now, while the weather's on our side, the rest of the structure has to go on top. And a quick pan just to show it's parallel. We've checked it from all angles. Yeah, it looks good. Happy about today's achievements? You're on your little stage now. Ta-da!
Find a place to be alone. Look into your eyes, feeling butterflies. We could dance under the stars, fall into each other's arms. Nowhere else we need to be, just you and me. We can't resist love, so hold on to what we know we have. Hold on to moments that we've shared. Hold on if all we have is just each other. Everything will be fine. Just hold on. Turn into day. Now I was thinking you should stay. Memories for our house and home, and carry till we're gray and old. So hold on to what you know.
As a distraction from all the carpentry, we spotted something we didn't recognise moving in the trees. Perhaps it's a black squirrel, or maybe a mongoose. What do you think? Fantastic.
So that's got the first two of these up, and I tried with some lighter weight ones yesterday and slept on it overnight and realised when I came back they were cut from some stock material I had. They really were a bit too skinny. So these are all cut now from a much thicker piece of material, and what they've done for the rigidity, the robustness of that structure is brilliant. There's two in. It's getting a bit grey and damp now, so going to take a break for lunch and hope the rain stays off and I can get the rest of them done.
Right, have we got enough rafters?
Well, just trying to think this through and what we've got in stock, but I've measured it up. I think we need 11 at 400-ish mil centres.
So you've got 3 there.
So there's 3 up there.
4, 5, 6, 7...
8.
Oh, 8, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
So there's 8, there's that one there, because this is the 6 metre timber. I get 4, so I can cut it in half that way, cut it in half that way. I get 4 out of that. That's the last one I've got
Okay,
of that
so
particular size, so that's good.
rafters tick.
Rafters tick, but it does mean I can't use these for the bearers, the repush. Repush?
Okay.
Is it repush?
Repush, battens.
Yeah, battens, that's
Yeah.
it. So for the bearers, battens, I can't use these. I've gone up. I've got some offcuts from the stuff we've used on the beams. That's 75 mil thick, and they are at the moment they're cut 50 by 75, so 2 by 3s in old money.
So you can get 3 out of each one of those.
I can get 3 out of each one of those, and they are 6 metres long. So but 6 metres long, that's 4.5. So it'd give me the.
Yeah.
So I can get 9. I've got 3 of those up there.
Well, that should be enough, shouldn't
So
it?
that should be enough.
Because the
Turn
roof's
those.
not as, yeah.
Because if I turn those up long ways, high orientation, I'll be able to screw down, a 40 mil screw into the 50 mil. So it'll be 25 wide, 50 mil high. We get the lattice.
Get the metal roof, that should secure the roof.
That should
yeah.
secure the roof fine.
Brilliant. Oh,
Yeah.
Job done. Don't have to go to the timber yard after all. Then.
Well, that was what was worrying me. I
that saved us a trip.
had a horrible feeling because it was going to be, I'm trying to get the rafters up today and anything else I can do today.
Okay.
It's going to take us another day at least to sort out the battens and the sheets. So if I can get the rafters done today, that'll be a good outcome.
Excellent.
Cool.
Lots of birds' mouths.
Bird
mouths. Bird mouths.
Yeah, well,
Whatever the combination is.
I'll try and get a production line going for that. Once I've worked out the first one, they should all be similar.
That horrible word should.
Aye.
We'll
see how that goes. Oh, shush.
I'll just get on and dig.
All right then.
See ya.
See you in a bit. This was when I first noticed something a bit off with the circular saw, but more on that on another day. It was something that was going to niggle me for a while.
Well, Phil's been up there. I've been doing what I do best, attacking the ground with a digger. Well, a spade and an enshada. What I've been trying to do, or start to do, is trying to level out a bit of this big slope we've got here in an attempt to make a bigger space that we can make into a patio when/if we lift up this totally manky bit of concrete. So far I've taken the top layer of grass off and a bit of soil just so that I can see a vague shape, and I'm trying to work it out where our main pathways are going to go. I haven't really finalised it yet, so I need Phil to walk around it with me and pass comment, and we'll make adjustments as we go. But this is just start of 10. There's a bit more digging to get the levels right, but it's a start anyway. It doesn't look very impressive, but what I've been doing with the levelling is I've made a few piles, which you might or might not be able to see terribly well. I think they look good, but at least I've got a couple of little valleys down levelled, and now I've got something to aim for. There, all the way back. Go and walk down my valley, Phil, so to speak. There you go. So all of that is, so far, it's level. Yay! Oh, you've been doing a lot of measuring up there.
Yeah,
Is it working out?
Almost. Almost. They're just ever so slightly not square or not parallel, despite all our previous efforts. There's about a 10mm difference end to end, which means the bird's mouth I can't cut one and template it.
What a shame.
But I can sort of approximate somewhere, sort of split the difference and go in the middle somewhere. But it's only a little bit. But it just is a small gap.
Nothing in a hair in an old house is ever straight, so...
This is not an old house, this is
no,
a new
no,
construction.
but well...
Whilst it's not quite templating, I'm getting as close as I can to a production line, but with the slightly non-parallel, I'm getting the vertical face where the fascia board's going to go. I know the distance back to the beam, so that's the first bird's mouth at the top of the beam. I've got all the rafters are the same length, so they'll be square as a big panel on the top, and then I've just got to lay them up to be able to mark the bottom bird's mouth. So that bit's a bit not production, but this will do for now. So getting through these quite nicely. The circular saw does a job, and then finish off with a handsaw. It's all right. There we go. So I'm running a long nail in just on these end two from the outside in, and then a slightly shorter nail because I don't want it to stick out through the edge of the beam. So that's 80 mils going that way, 50 mils going this way. The rest of them will all be 80s. So that gives me the two end pieces. I can now do the measurements in between and cut, do the measurements in between, and therefore cut a spacer batten, so I can just then, without having to measure every single one up, get them properly spaced, and off we go. Inside to inside is 4, 2, 3, 5. So 4, 2, 3, 5, and there are going to be 9 rafters, and the rafters are 39. So to take that away, and you've got 4, 3, 8, 8, 4. 9 rafters means 10 spaces. So let's call it 39. So after redoing the measurements, this time going outside to outside and not worrying with all the complicated subtractions. So I've got 4316 outside to outside. If I'm going with 11, total of 11 rafters, so I'm aiming for something roughly around about 400 centres. So 11 rafters, 38 mil. So I've then got 9 by 38 for the ones in the middle. Sorry, 11 by 38. 11 by 38. Sorry, gives me 418. So that's the total width of all the rafters in the span. Sub that out, it's approximately 3,900. So the 10 gaps, 390. If I make a piece of timber 390, that will be my spacer for the rafters. God, that was harder work than it should have been. So that's one cut out. I'll just show you the marking sequence. So these are all going over here. So they've got front and back bevels, one bird's mouth, and then I can mark the depth to the other bird's mouth off the frame. So let's get the next one in, and it is. That's great. I've done all that, and I've lost my pencil now. Ah, there it is. Yeah, always losing pencils. So.
That's what ears are for.
Standard 320 off the front face, and then bevel gauge set at 7 degrees, measure 80 just to overlap the edge of the front beam, and then framing square to take that line square down to your 80 marker. There we go.
Ready to cut.
And then ready to cut. So once you get into the habit, once you get the sequence set up, it's relatively quick. You just keep doing the thing. So that goes most of the way. I'll come behind you so that you don't get in the way. There, and around the other side. There we go.
And so on and so forth.
Yep.
Rinse and repeat.
There we go, last one.
Ta-da!
Right, now it's getting fitted.
You're going to try and do it before it gets dark?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh, straighten the back out. That's
Yeah, have a good stretch.
a lot of bending.
Yeah.
A lot of bending in that sort of process.
Getting a bit hunched.
Oh. Oh.
Have a good stretch. Arms up.
Oh. If I could get me arms up.
Up as far as they'll go,
That's
anyway.
as far as they'll go. Blimey. Right. Right. Go across 7 and 8, 5 and 6. Six, 3. Right. Can you pass the, no, that's what I can, no worries, I need more than that.
the magic spacer. And the last timber goes in. Just about see you.
Right, that's this end done. I've got to go down and do the other. So that's a late finish. First time we've actually had to finish in the darkness with the pathway solar lamps on, which is unusual. Anyway, wanted to get it all done today because today's Saturday. Tomorrow, on Sunday, we normally try and keep the mechanical noise, the tool noise down. It's a very quiet time around here on a Sunday. So I wanted to get all the sawing, all the banging done today if we could.
Step back so you can see it in the light. Oh, there you go, it looks brilliant.
Yeah, but we're all up now, so the measurements pretty much were bang on. There's about a millimetre out for the centre one. I went size to the middle and got then the middle one to absorb any difference. But they're all up, they're all on, and
very good it does look too.
I'm quite pleased with that. I really...
Quite pleased. I'm well chuffed.
Yeah, well, you know, it's been a long time in coming, hasn't it?
Yep, yep. Woo!
See you later. So the morning after the night before, and this is what we ended up producing. I'll just give a bit of a walk around of the structure now that we've got it in place. So up on top of the 6" by 6" main posts, we've got a beam going across, transverse beam, one of those at the top end and one of those at the lower end. It's the lower end was the one that we had to wait for because we didn't have the base plates, but now with those base plates we've got the back post is in position. So there's sitting there on the concrete base, and so there is a front to back bracing beam goes across, and each corner has a brace, 45-degree brace as well. And then up on top of that are the rafters. There's 11 of them in total, and they're at approximately 400 centres. In a little while I'm going to put some some repatch, some battens, and the roof panel will go and sit on top of that. But for the moment, this is the way I've got it built. Quite solid, quite substantial, and I hope we'll do all that we need of it to protect the outdoor kitchen from sun and rain. And as we were aiming to do, difficult to see the angles with the beam in the way, but it is parallel with the roof of the utility room. There we go. It was dark when we finished it last night, or when we stopped working last night, but seems to have come out all right. Pleased with that.
There was lots of improvisation this week, but the structure's now solid and ready to receive the top next week. You'll also have to wait till then for the final reveal on all my digging efforts. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you can join us again then.